Hi everyone. I'm sorry that I'm out today. I'm visiting a nearby school district and I'll be back around 3 o'clock for my faculty meeting, and I really hope to get a wonderful report. Please turn in homework day 1 to the sub and pay close attention to this video because I'm going to be collecting it and grading it tomorrow. Okay, it is a new topic, but I promise it's not that bad. Don't freak out. Have a great day. Here we go. If you haven't already, take maybe 2 minutes, not even probably, to get the warm-up done, and then when you're ready, come back to me and we'll go over it together. Okay, so this is asking you to express x in terms of y, meaning get x alone. Okay, so the first one's pretty simple. In order to get x by itself, we need to get rid of y. So we could write this as x equals 2 minus y, or as x equals, negative y plus 2. Either or are acceptable. For this one, pretty similar. We need to add 2y to both sides, so we can have x equals 8 plus 2y, or x equals 2y plus 8. Both are acceptable. When you're all set with that, go ahead and flip the page. Okay, so yesterday we figured out how to solve systems of equations graphically, okay, figuring out where the two lines cross. Today, we're going to solve algebraically by substitution, meaning we're going to find the point of intersection without any graphs. Okay, and there's 3 steps you need to follow, and the steps is the hardest part. Okay, it's a long process, but it's not terribly difficult. So please, 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 let me get through my examples before you freak out. Okay, so step 1 is to select one equation. Doesn't matter which one. I generally look to see which one's easiest. And we want to express it in one variable, meaning get x alone, okay, x equals, or get y alone, so that it's y equals. The next thing we want to do is substitute the new equation into the second equation. And we want to solve for one variable. Once you have that variable, you can substitute it in one of the equations to find the other. Okay, so again, it sounds complicated. It's really just a long process. So here we go. Example A. Okay, step 1 is to express the equation in one variable. Okay, if you look at both of these, look how nice this is. This one is already in y equals form, which means we don't have to do anything. So we can move on to step 2, which is to substitute this into the second equation. Okay, so if y equals x minus 4, I'm going to substitute that in for y. And it'll look like this. 3x minus, now I'm going to replace the y with what y equals, which in this case is x minus 4 equals 18. Okay, so we've just replaced the y with x minus 4. Okay, now you do need to spend some time distributing this negative all the way through. So we have 3x minus x plus 4 equals 18. Okay, and if at any point you need to pause or rewind or rewatch, please do that. Okay, combine like terms, 3x minus 1x is 2x plus the 4 equals 18. Okay, now we really want to start solving. Subtract 4, we get 2x equals 14. Divide by 2, x equals 7. Okay, now that's not the entire answer, that's just part of our coordinate. Remember, the goal is to find the point of intersection. So this is the x coordinate. Now we want to find the y coordinate. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my other equation, y equals x minus 4, and I'm going to plug this in. Y equals 7 minus 4, y equals 3. So now we know that our solution is 7, 3. Okay, which means if we graphed these two lines, they would cross at the coordinate 7, 3. Go ahead and pause if you need to, and then we're going to go over example B, which is a little bit yuckier, but we can still get through it. Okay, so for this one, okay, we do need to get the variables by themselves. Okay, so step 1, okay, I'm going to choose this first equation, 3p plus 2q equals 4. And I'm going to try to get p by itself. Okay, so I'm going to move the 2q to the other side. So I have 3p equals 4 minus 2q. And then I'm going to divide everything by 3. And we get that p equals 4/3 minus 2/3 q. Yes, it's yucky and it's gross, but we can do it. Okay, so that's step 1. We expressed it in one variable. Okay, step 2 is to plug this into the other equation. Okay, so step 2, I'm going to plug it in right here. So we have 3 times 4/3 minus 2/3 q minus 5q equals 1/2. Okay, and what's nice about this is when you distribute this 3 all the way through, it cancels with this, and it cancels with that denominator as well. Okay, and if you need to, I would spend the time setting up your box so that you can really see that distributing. Okay, and what we get is 4 minus 2q minus 5q equals 1/2. Okay, now we have two options right here in terms of solving. Okay, you can leave the 1/2 and just deal with decimals, or we can clear the denominators. Okay, so just because we haven't done it in a while, maybe we'll practice that. If I want to get rid of this 2, I need to multiply every single piece by 2. Okay, so this becomes 8 minus 4q minus 10q equals 1. Okay, remembering that those will cancel. And now we're good to go. So we have 8 minus 14q equals 1. Okay, subtract 8 on both sides. We have negative 14q equals negative 7. Divide by negative 14, q equals 1/2, or 0.5. Okay, so we have one of our coordinates. Now I need to figure out what p equals. In order to do that, we're going to plug it back into that original equation. Okay, so we have 3p plus 2q equals 4. I'm going to plug q in. 3p plus 2 times 1/2 equals 4. And we know half of 2 is 1. Okay. Subtract 1, we get 3p equals 3. Divide by 3, p equals 1. So now we know that our solution is 1, 1/2. Okay, again, I would encourage you to pause, rewind, rewatch. Okay, when you're all set, flip the page. Okay, what you have here is you have 2 examples on this page and 2 examples on the next page and a ticket out the door. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tell you the solution, and it's going to be your job, okay, feel free to work with a partner, to solve this. Okay, and if your answer matches mine, then you did it correctly. If you don't get the same answer as me, then you need to go back and check. Okay, and I promise you, all of tomorrow we'll be practicing this. Okay, so today we're learning it. Tomorrow you'll practice it more. So jot down any questions you have for me. And what I'll do is I really just want to see the effort. Okay, I want to see that you've attempted all of these questions in this packet and in the homework packet. So when I collect them tomorrow, I expect to see 100% effort. Okay, the solution to this first question is 2, 1. Okay, so as you go through this with your partner, your goal is to get the same solution as me. For the next question, the solution is 2, 5. On the next page, the solution is 3, 1. And then I'm going to warn you, this one is a little yucky. You're definitely going to want to clear your denominators, but you should get a nice answer. Okay, your solution here should be -2, 3. Okay, and then lastly is your ticket out the door, and you should be all set. Okay, again, you might even want to go back to the beginning and rewatch all of this. Okay, follow the steps and work together. Good luck.